What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we're going to be going over the best value players in NBA 2k23 MyTEAM. I'm going to be going over the best value players that you guys can get at every single position. We are going to be talking, I'm not going to be doing a list, I'm going to be talking in general about the best value. And value all depends on how much coins you have. For example, if you're in a position that I'm in on one of my other accounts where I've got like 25k MT and like no players, a player that is 20k MT might be the best value if you have 200k MT sitting there, but might not be the best value if you've got 20k MT sitting there. So it is all dependent on price ranges. So I'm going to go I'm going to talk about every position at 3 different budgets. Entry level, mid-tier, and I'm going to say mid-tier is like 30k or below, are like available in that. And a guy that's an entry-level card might be the best value mid-tier card for you still. And then there is the unlimited MT section, which is like there are some guys that are 60k that are worth 300k. But if you only have 50k, there's no point in talking about that. So, point guards. Point guards. The best value point guard in the game, if you guys are on the entry level, is Bob Sura. It's Bob Sura. He's 5 to 6,000 MT. I picked him, my one up for 5k, and he's one of the best point guards in the game. He's got pro dribble style, but his dunk cannon, he never gets blocked. 6'5", good defensive player. He's got a really good, he's got clamper, he's got quick for his step. He's got 37 gold badges. He's got like workhorse, clamps, anchor. It's like you're looking at these badges, he's the perfect guy to run. And he's also a very much ease of use player as well. Because he doesn't have like any of these like great dribble styles, you don't even really need to know how to burst effectively in order to use him well. Like you literally just have to run to the basket. You run to the basket, you dunk, or you hit open jump shots with him. He's one of those guys that is a very much ease of use player as far as my team goes. So yeah, very good point guard. For the mid-tier point guards, however, if you're looking at guys that are say 30k MT or less, I'm still putting Bob Sura as the best in that best value in that range. Like if you want to look at point guards, if you want to look at guys in that range, like the 30k range, you're not really finding anyone great. You're really not. You look you're getting like the Marburys of the world in that. If anything, you can say 250 tokens for Donovan Mitchell might be that a good value range, but I still think for the mid value, Bob Sura is that guy. And I'm also going to say, even tippity top value wise, Bob Sura is the guy. So if you're looking at for point guards, for like the good point guards, maybe there's a point guard that's a buyout that might be like really good. So you're looking pink diamond point guards buyout. Bob Sura is better than every one of these, except for maybe Lonzo and Penny. There's not that much of a difference between Alonzo and a Sura. There's really not. There's really not. Even LaMelo at 50. I think maybe you can argue LaMelo because of his length, because of that shooting. Him at 50k might be the one that I would say. If you don't want to just put Sura for everyone, I think D'Lo sucks. So I think like the 40 to 50k for LaMelo is probably that, because he's 6'7", or is he 6'8" this year? I think he's 6'7" this year. I think LaMelo's better than Penny. A lot of people like Penny. I like LaMelo. He still doesn't come with the key badges that Sura has. Even though he will shoot better than Sura, he'll move a little better than Sura. He's not going to dunk like Sura. So it's a bit of an interesting one when it comes to that. As far as Galaxy Opal point guards go, there's none, or it's just Don Ole that's a buyout. I think Don Ole's really good. For 75k, Don Ole's really good, but I'm like, Don Ole's better. He's objectively put better than what's his name, the Sura, but I'm not going to say value-wise that he's better than Sura. Shooting guards. The best value shooting guard that you guys can get if you are an entry-level player is Wesley Person. Naughty, and there's no debate about it. 3, 4, 5k, it doesn't really matter what Wesley Person's going for, buy him. I don't care that he's an amethyst. He is one of the best shooting guards in all of my team. This guy is a comparable player to a Ricky Davis. This guy would be my 3rd string shooting guard. Like, I have considered putting him in instead of Andrew Wiggins and Galaxy Opal. That is how highly I rate him. He is better than some Galaxy Opals. He is like almost as effective in game. For 4.5k, I would say he's not that much less effective. Like, I'm looking at my shooting guards, primaries. I prefer him to Del Curry. Dan Marley's a different player. I don't really have any shooting guards, do I? Not on this account. But like, he's still one of my best shooting. There's a reason why on my Xbox account he's my starting shooting guard. He's a really, really good player. And if you're an entry-level player, Wesley Person is that guy. But he's not the best value if you're a mid-tier or a top-tier player. If you're a mid or a top-tier guy and you're looking for a shooting guard, it's Luol Deng. It's Luol Deng. Like, he's that little bit expensive. And you know what? Like, I have Wiggins. I don't like Wiggins. As much as I would love to hype up my Wiggins because I grinded for him, I'm buying Luol Deng. Simply put, it doesn't matter what your level is. I think in terms of value wise, unless you want to consider like Chetty Osman. As much as I hate the look of this, it's the cheapest and it's at 9.5, so it's not a bad grade. Like, he's coming right into my team as my backup shooting guard. I love Chetty Osman, but like, I'm looking here, like, Luol Deng, get in here. Get in here, you're playing shooting guard, you're better than Andrew Wiggins. Luol Deng for 15k is a great shooter, really good dribbling, unbelievable defender, 6'9" 2 guard with 896 lateral quickness, has all the badges you need on defense, got great shooting badges on gold. Luol, I'm telling you, 15k might be he might be the best value player in all of my team, including Wesley Person, because he's not a significant amount higher than Person. He's just better. He's better. Like, as much as I want to love Wesley Person, Luol Deng's better. Like, he is for me, one of the best shooting guys in the game. He's not Chetty good, he's not Vince good, he's not Scotty good, but he's that next tier down. He might be top of that next tier down. So that's it for the shooting guard position. And honestly, you can put Luol Deng there for small forward as well. He is unbelievable at small forward. When we're looking at entry-level small forwards, there's not a lot. There's really not a lot. Like, if you look at any of these guys that are like really cheap, and I would say one of the entry-level small forwards, like, none of the season 4 guys really are really for that. Like, as much as I would like to put like Stromos, Swift, or Mopi, I don't like either of those guys. I don't like any of those guys. Tis the season, Cam Reddish probably. Like, if you're looking for an entry-level small forward, I think Cam Reddish is that guy. I think you can regularly find him for 3k MT. What you're getting is a really, really good release. 6'8", so good height. Really good shooter, normal leaner, good dunker. Like, not Scotty level defense. He looks awful compared to Scotty. But if you actually look at the stats, you're like, these are all good. These are all really good stats. 31 goals. Can't shoot from deep. That's like his only flaw. I'm telling you, this guy is the best as far as entry-level small forwards go. For mid-tier small forwards, I prefer Jonathan Isaac to anyone else, to be honest. If you do have like even just a little bit more than entry level, you could argue Jonathan Isaac should be an entry level small forward. I think he's one of the best in the game. I still do. If what you need for a small forward is to be a really good defender, to not guard ball, and to catch and shoot, I think Jonathan Isaac, with how good his release is this year, is one of the best in the game for that. He's got an 84 3 ball, which is really good with his release. Unbelievable. Like, very comparable defense to Kevin Garnett. He's got very comparable, like, he's got really comparable everything to Kevin Garnett in stats wise, except for passing IQ, which doesn't matter, and dunking and post game. Like, in the stuff that really matters, Kevin Garnett's better because Kevin Garnett can hold range. He's like faster, or he's not faster, he's way better dribbling. But both of these guys are 6'11". One of them you can play at small forward. And like, if you look at the badges wise, obviously Kevin Garnett completely clears. But if you're looking at stats wise purely, they're comparable. Like, they're really comparable, especially at small forward. Like, very comparable defense, very comparable speed, very comparable lateral. And then you've got higher hustle and, well, very comparable stamina as well. Strength is the big difference. But I do think Jonathan Isaac for that mid-tier at small forward is the perfect player. If you're going for the higher tier small forward, which is like, say, infinite price, I think it's a tough one. Like, Terry's not a buyout. If Terry was a buyout, I would say maybe. And I would even say maybe him as one of the best value players if you're looking at like the upper tier shooting guards. But from looking at this set right here, like, there's likes of Kawhi that are good. But for me, it would be Lamar Odom. I think Lamar Odom's a tiny bit better than Jonathan Isaac, just he moves better. Is he being price fixed? Like, he should be around like the 30k mark. And if you have infinite MT and you're just looking for value and bang for your buck, I think the best bang for your buck you're getting is 30k for Odom, because he's 6'10", and while he offers a lot more offense than a Jonathan Isaac, he offers a little bit less on defense, but he can handle the ball and dribble. Again, another guy that he's nowhere near as good as Kevin Garnett, but when you look stats wise, they do look similar. They do look similar stats and badges wise, I'm telling you. I've added extra badges to Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett just has them as far as animations go. But as far as buying for your buck small forward, it's Lamar Odom. Now we're on to power forwards, and if you're looking for just pure value, it's him. It's Terry Mills. Terry Mills, 2000 MT. Stats don't look the greatest. His release is just so good, and his player build is so good that he's still one of the most effective power forwards I've used in the game this year. Perfect popper, good defender, and just overall good in-game. So if you're just starting out, he should be the guy that you pick up. He really should be. And then, for the mid-tier power forwards, this is a tough one because a lot of the time guys are going to be running like centers a power forward as far as value goes, and it all really depends on what you want from a power forward exactly as well. Because like, I think Lamar Odom is in that, has to be in that combo as well for that mid to high tier. None of the flight school play, or maybe, sorry, Ibaka. If you're looking mid-tier power forward, it's Ibaka. 10,000 MT. If you have like a 200 KMT squad, if you have around 200 KMT-ish to build in a squad, go and get yourself a Ibaka and use the extra coins somewhere else. And you might be able to afford, like you could genuinely just build a really good 100k team and just spend 100, either hold 100k or spend that on a really good player. So around 10k for Ibaka. Again with Ibaka again is 6'10". I like his release, some people hate it. Unbelievable dunking, good passing IQ, good passing accuracy. Again, really comparable defense to Kevin Garnett. Really comparable rebounding. He doesn't have the speed with ball or the lateral, but as far as like being a catch and shoot cone power forward, he's not that much worse. Kevin Garnett's way better as a card, by the way. But if you're just using Kevin Garnett as a cone, again, Ibaka is a guy that's going to do a similar job. Even though the guy I would compare Ibaka to more so than anything, I don't think I have him, is I would compare Ibaka to Anthony Davis. I think he's very, very similar to Pink Diamond or Galaxy Opal Anthony Davis. I think they're incredibly similar cards. So like if you're kind of like a 200k range, he's the best. But if you're in that upper range, for me anyway, it's Karl Anthony Towns. If you're in the upper range, I would say Karl Anthony Towns, 30, 40k. If you can get a hang of his release, I like his release. Like I think he shoots the ball really well. He's like really, really effective as far as rebounding goes. He's one of the best rebounders I've used, and he is quick. So the thing is that there is the other player on screen right now is another guy that I could use, and it's Marc Gasol. So if you are looking for that like mid tier, but I will put Marc Gasol as a center. I prefer Kat as a power forward. And then as centers, as far as entry level goes, it all depends on what you need. If you guys need like a shooter, it's Channing Frye. 6,000 MT, one of the best poppers in the game. Good shot blocker, good on defense, got all the badges. He can move. He's the best moving, like he's the best mobile. He's the most mobile like stretch you're gonna find. That can also bang a little bit inside, can play a bit inside, can get blocks. He's very, very effective at what he does. I'm not gonna say Frye. I'm not gonna go out here and say Frye is the best player in the world because he's not, but he's very effective at what he does. If you are looking for a big body, like it's this guy, you're probably paying about 7 or 8k for a Taco Fall, depending on when you get him. This guy is the most unguardable player in the game, not named Yao Ming. Whether you want to call him an entry level or a mid tier, you will at times be able to get him for like 5 or 6k. He's just 9k right now because of challenges, but normally he's around like 8k. Whether you want to put him between entry level or mid tier, I'm not sure. And if I want to even say mid tier player centers, Taco Fall, because if you want an inside center and you can't afford Yao Ming, Taco is the next best. Taco is the next best. I would be tempted to say if you have infinite MT, the best value center in the game is Yao Ming. Like you can get Yao Ming now for 1.5 mil MT and he might be underpriced. You might be tempted for that. But no, I would say if we're going to go entry level Frye, then we want to go mid Taco, and then if you want just value at your center position, it's Marc Gasol. It's Marc Gasol, around 25k MT, and what you're getting with Gasol is 7'1", unbelievable shooter, unbelievable interior defender, really good player build, a really fast release. It's hard to control, but really fast release, and is easily though. Like if you've got a infinite MT and you don't want Yao, basically if you have infinite MT and you don't want Yao, and you also don't have the funds or you don't have the time to get like an all-out candy, I think that you should probably either look at Marc Gasol, maybe Kat if you want to play him at center, or Taco even. Another player that is in the debate is he was a season 2 card is Kristaps. Whether you want to call like he's a mid-tier card or whether you want to be high, Kristaps, again, is another really, really good option for 20k MT. Kristaps is as good as you're going to get. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. They are the best value cards, in my opinion, in my team right now. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.